afternoon, the Batman came to the petrol station. He sidled up the driveway with a soft, stealthy gait. His feet made no noise at all on the gravel.
He had an army knapsack slung over one shoulder. He wore a corduroy jacket, old-fashioned, with large pockets. Corduroy trousers were tied around the knees with lengths of white string. His small, dark eyes moved swiftly over the premises.
The Rat Man?
That's me! He was lean, level, a sharp face. Two long, sulphur-yellow teeth were protruding from the upper jaw over the lower lips. His ears were round and thin, set near the back of his head. The eyes were almost black, but when they looked at you, there was a flash of yellow in them.
You've come quick,
Special orders from the Elf Office.
and now you're going to catch all the rats?
Yeah.
How?
Depends what rats. Where they is. Different methods for different rats.
Trap them, I suppose.
Trap them.
Trap them!
The rat man snorted. Won't catch them that way. Rats ain't rabbits. He held his face up high, sniffing the air with a nose that twitched perceptibly from side to side. Rats is clever. You want to catch them, you gotta know them. You gotta know rats on this job. You wanna know what they do? They watch you. The whole time you're preparing on how to exterminate, they're watching you.
This ain't a sewer job, is it?
No, it's not a sewer job. Tricky thing, sewer jobs.
I shouldn't think so.
You shouldn't, should you? I'd like to see you do a sewer job. Just how would you go about it? I'd like to know.
Poison them, I suppose.
And where exactly would you put your poison?
Down the sewer.
The rat man sparkled triumphant. I knew it! Down the sewer. Know what would happen? Get washed away completely, all your poison. Sewer's like a river.
All right then. Well, what would you do?
He advanced a step closer, his voice becoming secretive and confidential. The voice of a man divulging professional secrets. You works on the understanding that a rat's a gnawing animal, see? Anything you gives them, they gnaws on it. So, you got a sewer job on your hands. What do?
Poison them, I suppose.
You head down to the sewer and you take along with you some ordinary brown paper bags filled with plaster of Paris powder. Nothing else. You suspend them from the roof of the sewer so they hangs down, not quite touching the water, just high enough so the rats can reach them. Claude was listening, rapt. Old rat comes swimming down the sewer. He spots the bag. He stops. Takes a sniff at it. It don't smell so bad. What's he do?
He knows it.
That's it. He gnaws at the bag and the bag breaks and the old rat gets a mouthful of powder for his pains. Gets in the rat's tubes and swells up and kills him. Quicker than anything in the world. That's where you gotta know rats. His face glowed with a shifty pride and he rubbed his stringy fingers together and held them close to his face. Now where's them rats? The word rats came out with a rich,
fruity sound, as if you were gargling with melted butter.
In the hayrick across the road.
Not inside.
Only in the hayrick, nowhere else.
I wager they're inside too, getting in your food and spreading disease.
How will you remove them?
The rat man grinned a crafty, toothy grin, and he reached into his knapsack and withdrew a large tin, weighing it up and down in his hands as he spoke. Poison. Special poison. Deadly poison. They'd lock you up if they catch you with even a spoonful of this. There's enough in here to kill 1,000,000 men. Want to see?
Yes, please.
He took out a penny and prized open the lid. There it is. He spoke almost lovingly of the stuff and held it forward for Claude.
Corn or barley, is it?
Oats. Oats soaked in deadly poison. If you catch even a grainful of that in your mouth, you're a goner in 3 minutes. Never out of me sight, this tin. He caressed it and shook it gently so the oats rustled inside. Your rats won't get this today. They wouldn't have it anyway. That's where you gotta know rats. Rats is suspicious, terrible suspicious. No, today they get some nice, clean, tasty oats, as we're doing no harm in the world. Just fatten them up is all. And tomorrow, the same again. And the day after that. And the day after that. And it will taste so good, all the rats in the district will be coming along soon enough.
Very clever.
Ah, you've got to be clever on this job. Cleverer than a rat, and that's saying something.
You've almost got to be a rat yourself!
He couldn't help it. He came out before he could stop himself. He was staring at him at the time. The effect it had on the rat man was surprising. That's it! He cried. You've gone and done it now. You've really said something. A good rat, sir, has been more like a rat than anything else. Cleverer than a rat. And that's not an easy thing to be, let me tell you. Well, let's get on with it. Lady Lenora Benson's asking me urgent up at the manor.
She's got rats too.
Everybody's got rats. The rat man ambled off down the driveway. The way he walked was so like a rat, it made you wonder.